Hello everyone and welcome to my unboxing video. I have from GMT Games here, the Battle for Rhode Island. It's the 9th game in a series of games on the American Revolution. I'm really excited about this series. I'm an old Avalon Hill gamer and I was excited to see GMT Games come out. Just started buying some games with them. Because I thought wargaming was dead when Avalon Hill left. But when I found GMT Games, really excited about it. And I started trying new games, and one of the first ones I got, one of the early ones I got was the Triple Pack and the American Revolutionary War series. And so I wasn't sure if I was going to like it or not. Started playing it, really enjoy those games. They're not overly complicated. They're not difficult to learn. The individual rules are a little bit to haggle with, but they're not that difficult. And the games are really fun to play. So I got hooked on the Revolutionary War series after playing a few rounds of those games. And I was excited to get this one here. And one of the great things about the Battle of Rhode Island is that it could have ended the Revolutionary War 5 years early. Had another British army surrendered in Rhode Island or so soon after Saratoga, it would have been disaster for the British and probably could have ended the war. So it was an exciting game to get. If you're thinking about, it's strictly a two-player game, but you can play it solitaire. If you're thinking about getting this series, my recommendation is to get it. You will not be disappointed, especially if you're a Revolutionary War buff. So definitely worth getting. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and open it up here. All right. Before I open it up, I'll show you the back here, some of the artwork. Always loved reading the back. You can see the solitaire suitability is a little low. I can understand that, but really all these games have a solitary component to them if you make it work. Complexity on this is a little bit higher. I think it's higher than the triple pack I got, but not much more so. They've added a event cards, it looks like, so that might be the reason why it's a little bit higher as far as complexity. Let's go ahead and open it up here. Alrighty. So the great thing about this series, it has two rule books. All right. You have this rule book here, and this is the whole series rule book. So every game made in this series is going to follow this basic set of rules here. All right. And as you can see, it's the same with the triple pack. It's the same set of rules. And the rule book is kind of small. It's not overly complex, but it really is fun to play. And then of course you have the sequence of play on the back here, which makes it easy to follow. Next you have the game specific rule book. Now this rule book is specific just to this game, and each of these games has this. So the Brandywine game has a rule book just for Brandywine, but it also has the series rule book. Okay, and these are special rules for specialized units. So for instance, you got different rules for the leaders, different rules for the artillery, which I haven't even begun to read this one yet. Different levels of morale. You even got ship squadrons in this one. And this is actually two games. There's the Battle for Rhode Island and then for Newport. So you got to get two games in one. Most of these in the series, you do get more than one game. I know Saratoga was one game. Brandywine was one game, but then if you played day two, you kind of had like a little secondary game scenario. Guilford Courthouse came with Utah Springs. So most of them have like a couple of games within them. And then you see here, you got the Rhode Island game and then the Battle for Newport sequence of play. And then here we have some of the counters. I love the way they did the counters. I love the names. I love the units. It really gives you a feel for the time period. It really gives you a connection sort of to the actual units. you know, because they have names on them, you know. So it kind of helps you line it up with the history. If you look here, see how it says the Battle of Rhode Island? So for the Battle of Rhode Island scenario, these are the units you're going to use. This one here is the Battle of Newport. See, the Battle of Newport. And these are French units, Continental. Over here you got British. But great artwork on the game. Really love it. And then this is sort of your table matrix. These are for your tactical cards. If any of the old Avalon Hillers will remember the game 1776, and this is going to look very familiar to you. You got the close combat table, the dice roll modifiers, range to fire, hit. You know, you got to roll to see if artillery or the rifleman hit, and then you roll to see what kind of damage is done. And then there's a new one on here, howitzer fire damage, which I haven't read about that one yet, but from the other game. And then, of course, you got your terrain effects chart. Each different unit, how the terrain affects them. And then, of course, the events in the battle, say if a leader dies or captured, victory points and momentum gain and loss, and so on and so on. Let's see here. What else we got here? Got some new tables on here, so for new units. And let's see. Now this game actually comes with both the paper map, which I don't know if I can get completely in the video. This is the Newport side, and of course on the other side we had the Battle for Rhode Island. I'm going to open up the other map. It's really nice how they come in these sealed bags here. So if you're new to this series, I'll show you a few things on the map that are kind of neat. So this is actually the Rhode Island map. Over here, you got the turn track. So it's 15 turns. And then of course you have the, or actually this is the Army morale track. So during the game, when you have losses or victories, your entire army's morale goes up and down. You know, kind of it's same in real life. You know, if you're getting beat all over the place, your morale is going to drop. You're less likely to win a battle. And then when you get down here, you're probably running. So, but this is the army morale track, and so it really builds momentum. So if you start winning, like I said, the other team's morale starts to drop, yours starts to go up. You start to become harder to beat, more likely to win. And then of course down here you have the turn track. Let's see. And it shows you when reinforcements come in. Always just stick them right on here. The way this game works, turn by turn, you roll for the initiative to see who has the initiative. And of course, let me show you the other side here. This is the Newport side. I'm actually more excited about playing the Newport battle than the Rhode Island. Looks like the Newport might be a little bit more in depth. Trying to fit it all in the video here. But yeah, I mean, awesome game. If you're thinking about get it. $50. You'll enjoy it. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed my video.